Hi Year 5, welcome to your science lesson for this week. Hope everything's been going well for you. Hope your learning at home has been relatively straightforward to follow. Don't forget that you can contact us on the Year 5 email should you have any questions. And also if you wanted to share any of your work with us, we'd love to see it. Right, so I'm just going to share my screen with you now and show you what we would like you to do for this week's science. So just bear with me a second. Okay, so as you can see, we are asking you to, let's move my screen up there. Right, we are asking you to compare and group together everyday materials according to their properties. And you will see there are a lot of images at the bottom which could help you. Right, let's just go through this PowerPoint. Now, it should be straightforward. You should be able to follow or realise exactly what it is you need to do just from the PowerPoint, but I'll talk you through it just in case there are any sections that are unclear that you may need some help with. Right, so the first slide, it is talking to you about materials. Okay, so materials, the things, the stuff that things are made from. So have a look on here. So it talks you through it. You have got to complete the paragraph, and there are some words at the bottom to help you. So materials mean the stuff that things are made from. I've just given you that first one. We still call things materials whether they are something, have a look at the bottom, or manufactured. Some examples of natural materials are something, something, and clay. Blank comes from a blank, although it doesn't feel like something natural. Some examples of manufactured materials are blank and blank. Remember, the materials can be blank to give a new material. We should all make an effort to, you can fill in the gap there, and reuse the world's natural materials. Okay, so that's talking to you there just about materials. And then the next slide goes on to talk about properties. So the property of a material is something about it that we can measure, see, or feel. Helps us decide whether or not it is the best material. So there's an example at the bottom here, the brick. You need to think about what the properties of that brick are. If you have a look just above that, you've got some words there: hard, soft, squishy, waterproof, warm, hollow, etc. You can obviously think of some yourself. See if you can think about the properties of the brick. So how you would describe it. So something we can measure, see, or feel. Right. This is one of the tasks that you're going to be asked to do. So have a look at these everyday materials and how could you group them? Now there's a helpful hint on the side there. You can do it any way that you want to, but you just need to be able to scientifically justify your reasons. But how you do it is up to you. Right, when making items, the materials they are made from must be carefully selected. So here are the properties that we were talking about in a couple of the earlier slides. So it says here, some words down the side here, you've got hardness, solubility, transparency, conductivity, and magnetic. You need to think about what those words might mean. Now I'm going to skip very quickly past the next slide because if you're not sure what those words mean, there is a definition on the next slide, but see if you can work them out for yourself first. Once you've done that, there is a table, so you can draw this table and then think about the materials, think about the material properties of each item. So you're going to write this table out, give a tick if you think yes, that is one of the properties for the material that you're looking at, or you can put a cross for no. So for example, chair, if you think a chair may be hard, then you would tick underneath where it says hard. If you think it's soluble, hopefully you know what that means now, you can put a cross or a tick next to it, and so on. You go through and you can look at each column and tick or cross for each of those. Right, here's your main task. So you are going to design an outdoor classroom. Miss Williamson wants to build an outdoor classroom. You need to include chairs, which need to be hard, water resistant, and not magnetic. The tables need to be exactly the same. The roof needs to be transparent, which hopefully, again, you will know what that means by now, and water resistant. So there are some images at the bottom just to help you, but you do not have to use those. So your job is to design an outdoor classroom for Miss Williamson, including the chair, table, and roof in the way that they have been described here. So have a look at those images and see if you can think of some other examples yourself. So you can draw that any way that you want to. So again, you can see the image at the side, which I've put learning, where you've got the image of the 3 students, and then they're obviously outdoors. You can design your classroom however you want it to be. It could be, in fact, I'm not going to give you any ideas. It can be entirely up to you. Right, and then at the end, the very last thing, you need to think about these things. So how do you know your material is water resistant? How do you know your material is not magnetic? How do you know your material is hard? What could you do to prove that? Is there another material that would be more effective? And then finally, why might metal be water resistant but not a good choice for an outdoor classroom? So think about those things and see if you can write those answers down on the back of your outdoor classroom, or you can just consider them and include them in your description. It's entirely up to you. And then just one final thing at the end. Annotate your drawing using the words from today's lesson, and then I've put them on the slide for you to see. So it's a nice fun lesson for you to do. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It would be really lovely to see some of the things that, some of the classrooms that you design. So perhaps you could email them over to us once you've designed them. I hope that all makes sense for you. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen with you for a second. So I hope that all makes sense, and I hope it's clear, and have fun with the activity. Okay, see you soon. Bye.